The UK Prime Minister is now completely politically naked. As Christopher Hope writes today, quote, "It was a political disembowelment of a scale that I cannot remember seeing in my 2 decades covering British politics, delivered by Jeremy Hunt with the calmness of a human resources manager sacking someone by Zoom." He says Ms Truss's authority was already draining away after she fired Mr Kwarteng, but the scale of Monday's reversals has dealt a hammer blow to her authority, unquote. He writes, "Trussonomics is over, and so probably is Liz Truss's time in number 10. He said if you take away her promise of tax cuts, what's left? A politician who makes 6 out of 10 for a speech, she's not a good speaker, with none of the magic of Boris Johnson, her predecessor," unquote. Well, the one point with which I would disagree in relation to the Christopher Hope story is that he argues her supporters are counting her survival in weeks, not months. I would imagine it may be only days. Conservative MPs are already taking matters into their own hands by submitting letters of no confidence in her leadership. Christopher Hope says he was sent over the weekend a single WhatsApp message from a prominent member of the 2019 intake of Tory MPs. The message said, quote, "Rishi PM, Hunt Chancellor, Penny, as in Mordaunt, Foreign Secretary, and it's a done deal," unquote. But given that Rishi Sunak is the man who began the disemboweling, to use a word with some currency, Rishi Sunak led the disemboweling of Boris Johnson, and Boris still has massive support in the Parliament and in the national electorate. Rishi for PM may not wash, but I guess that's for another day. Some of the comments, though, by corporate Britain are devastating, such that Truss can't survive. Stuart Rose, the former head of the British department store Marks and Spencer and chairman of the supermarket chain Asda, told the Financial Times that Truss had lost the confidence of business and investors. He said, quote, "As Prime Minister, you have to have confidence of business, investors, the electorate and colleagues in the party. She has none of these." Dame Alison Carnworth, a former chairwoman of Land Securities and senior advisor at the investment bank Evercore, said Liz Truss had, quote, "no mandate, insufficient support in Parliament, incomprehensible economic policies and lacks style, charisma and authority," unquote. Guy Hands, the founder of the private equity firm Terra Firma, argued that Truss, quote, "should go as soon as possible," unquote. George Osborne, the former Tory Chancellor, argued of Liz Truss, quote, "she's Pinot, Prime Minister in name only." These are staggering indictments. As I speak to you, the chairman of the powerful 1922 Committee of Conservative Backbenchers is meeting right now with Liz Truss. There are suggestions that he will be asking her to stand aside. She seems to have no choice, given that many of the policies she campaigned on during that leadership contest have been abandoned. Her judgment is shot. The world is watching as the nation with the 6th largest economy is in a state of political rigor mortis. The thing is, rigor mortis is a temporary condition lasting about 8 hours. Liz Truss will last longer than that, but only just.